to Mr. Trump, you have been threatening frivolous lawsuits for your entire adult life. Even in the annals of frivolous lawsuits, this takes the cake. So, Donald, I would encourage you, if you want to file a lawsuit challenging this ad, claiming it is defamation, file the lawsuit.
Joining us right now is the one and only Mary Matalin, Republican political consultant, former advisor to Vice President Dick Cheney. And let me add that on the cover of the new edition, the most recent edition, March edition of Newsmax, the magazine, there it is, Broken GOP. Can it be fixed by November? Mary Matalin answers. Hello, Mary. I'm glad you're here to answer.
Thank you. And thank you for playing I Cannot Get Enough of that Cruz bite. I cannot get enough. Bullies don't, when you punch them, they don't really punch back. They run away. You notice there's been no response. Not that I think it's going to hurt Trump, but I think it's another quiver in Cruz's arrow. I love that.
So you don't think that that Trump is actually going to go ahead and sue? He actually did respond. He kind of said, I don't know if I'm going to sue. So you don't think he's actually going to do it, do you?
No, because he doesn't want to be deposed, and he doesn't want to. He just likes to take these pot shots. He likes to punch and run. And if he got engaged with, if he actually go mano a mano with Cruz, he would lose, and he knows that. He's a one-trick pony. Having said that, if he's the nominee, I'm going to salute smartly and vote for him. But I don't think he's not the man Ted Cruz is.
Right, I know you're picking Cruz. Well, why would he not want to be deposed, do you think? What is he afraid of?
Because it is a frivolous lawsuit, and you can't, I'm not a good lawyer, which is why I don't practice, but as Ted said as Cruz said at the outside, by the way, I'm officially neutral. I just think he's the smartest lawyer I've seen since Scalia, basically, that truth is an absolute defense in libel and defamation. It's true. I mean, he used Trump's own position,
right,
stated position in his own words. So it's not a legal case.
Well, you and your husband, according to what I see here, were at a lecture series, and you both agreed, and this is something, if I'm reading it correctly, you and James Carville agreeing that Ted Cruz will be the nominee. Am I reading that right?
Let me say this. They always eliminate the question, okay? It was looking at the strategy, where it is today, the trajectory available to these candidates, you would have to, under normal circumstances, say that Cruz is the guy with the best trajectory and the best strategy. James and I always get interviewed separately. I don't like to fight with him, so he goes, then I go. So I never know what he's going to say.
Right.
So I guess he must really think that. Cruz has been at our house a couple of times, and last time he was there, James spent a good amount of time talking to him, so I'm sure James knows more about his strategy than I do, and for James to say that, there's no reason for James to spin on our side. He's too busy spinning on his.
Well, how is Trump stopped? How do you see Trump being stopped?
Well, that would be what Carville's other thing is. He'll say, where's he going to stop him? To which I say I think they have they have the same strategy, but they have different tactics. They're both trying to expand the electorate, okay? So Cruz is trying to expand it with frustrated conservatives who have stayed home for the last couple of cycles,
right,
or episodic or low propensity voters. Trump is expanding it by getting Elizabeth Warren Democrats, and you heard him say yesterday that he's like Bernie Sanders.
Right.
He thought the description of the candidacy was his own. So he's trying to get the so-called independents, which there are. He's trying to get a very low propensity, if ever, voters that are more populist and, I don't want to say liberal in the way we think of it, but the angry, frustrated middle class.
Well,
so they're both expanding.
Let me ask you, how does the Pope, his remarks today, how does that affect the race, if at all?
I have two answers. One, I'm a Catholic, and I know what the Pope was saying, and he should stay out of politics because he just gave a big, fat, wet kiss to Trump, whether he meant to or not. I mean, every time Trump becomes victim, then who's ever attacking him it's bad on him. But I know what the Pope was saying. He shouldn't say it. And also, the Vatican has walls and such. I say this I love the Pope. I'm in Rome all the time, but he just needs to stay out of politics.
Mary, and you need to keep in politics, and everybody pick up Newsmax, the magazine, and read Mary's cover story on the GOP. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Love you.
All right,
ciao,
me too.
ciao.
Thank you. Mary Matalin, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, Mark McKinnon will be here. Don't go away.